Hello everybody, welcome back to Rain Reviews. We're doing Spider-Man Homecoming today. And just a little pre-tidbit, I'm a huge fan of these Marvel movies. I enjoy Spider-Man immensely. And this week, CAITLYN is the one that's kind of wasn't into wanting to see it. So, I know I got a hold of her last minute, so it's not her fault if she dislikes or likes this movie, but I'm going to let her start out. What are your thoughts on Spider-Man Homecoming?
No, I actually really liked it. I thought it was good.
What about it really? Like, how was it different than what you was expecting?
I mean, I expected it to be good. I didn't go into it thinking, oh, this movie's gonna suck or anything like that.
Like I did Transformers.
Yeah, it's not the same level at all. But, no, I thought Tom Holland was good as Spider. It was nice to see him actually, like, be Spider-Man and not just be, like, Civil War. It was, like, too much going on to really appreciate him as a character. I liked the villain a lot. I was really impressed with the villain.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah. He was relatable. It wasn't just like, I'm evil.
He's Batman and Birdman. You can't go wrong with him.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the dynamics there. It was good.
So you liked it better than you thought you would?
Yes, I did.
And I enjoyed the hell out of it. So, like she said, Tom Holland did a great job. His little quips. He felt like Spider-Man in training.
He did. The very beginning of it with him doing the little, like, video or whatever and stuff, I was just like, he feels like Spider-Man to me. Like, I was like, he nailed it right off.
Exactly.
I was like, that's good.
And going into this, yes, there's going to be spoilers. So if you just now viewed, just say, she liked it, I liked it. Go watch the movie, then come back and finish the review. There's not a lot of bad I can say about this movie. Like you said, I enjoyed Tom Holland. I thought it was good.
Tony Stark didn't completely overpower the movie,
but he was in a lot of it. I was surprised. I expected to be like, they keep playing up like he was going to be a lot in it, but I thought it was going to be kind of a cameo or two just to mess with the fans. But it wasn't. He was in a good chunk of it, but he wasn't overbearing.
Yeah, I would say it wasn't overbearing, and his inclusion made sense. Like, a lot of these, it seems like, we have the rights to this character, let's throw them in here, let's throw these in. And this one actually kind of made sense for why he was in where he was. Like, it made more sense story-wise, so I wasn't as off-put by it as I thought.
I like the fact that they didn't really... Tony Stark was not his mentor. In this, his mentor was more Jon Favreau, who plays, what was his name? Happy, who plays Happy, who's I love in all these movies, and he directed the first 2 Iron Mans, I think. Maybe the first one. I think it was the first 2. It might have just been the first one. But I loved him in this movie. He was just kind of like, he was playing the mentor. It's like, look, kid, I've got things to do. Do what you got to do. So Jon Favreau is worth seeing in this movie. Tom Holland did a great job.
His friend, Ned.
Ned was awesome.
It was really nice that he had somebody else who knew that he was Spider-Man, and he could have, like, this kind of moments with him. I was like, this is nice.
Well, it played it up like it was. He's Spider-Man in high school still. Like in other movies, he's an adult, or he's about to be an adult. So there's not really that, oh my God, I gotta get to class kind of thing. In this one, it felt like a Spider-Man. It felt like a Spider-Man training movie, not a Spider-Man origin movie.
Which I would,
thank God.
Yeah, there's only so many times you can watch the same origin story.
And they discussed it in this, but they didn't actually go into it, which was fun. It's like his friend learns who he is, and he just starts. He's like, we'll talk about it at school next day. Next day, literally, the next 5 minutes of the scene is him asking all these questions, which is the origin story, and just covering it all. These kids that haven't seen the other ones, you don't need to. This right here explains it. He got bit by a spider. Well, wait a minute, what happened to the spider? Well, he's dead. Well, then they go into it.
Yeah. They also didn't, like, hammer it home. Like, like, sometimes even if they don't include the origin story, they're just like,
with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, they're just like, hammer it into you. And this time they didn't.
In the first Spider-Man series, the first 3 with Tobey Maguire, it was first time we seen it, so it was kind of okay there. In the second 2, they just changed the wording. I forget what he said, but Andrew Garfield still had the "with great power comes great responsibility" bullshit. Okay. In this one, there's no Uncle Ben. There's no my uncle died because of me. So he's able to be himself, be like, oh, I'm just a kid who got these powers, and this is what happens, which is what they should have fucking done to begin with. Yes. But it took 2 series, 5 movies to get to the right point. Let's see.
The action sequences were good.
I enjoyed the action sequence, but what I liked more was Peter Parker as Spider-Man. I mean, like, Peter, he played.
Uh-huh.
I've avoided any review, so I don't know if anybody else has said this or not, but it felt more fun listening to Peter Parker have a good time than Spider-Man. I mean, the action scenes are great, don't get me wrong, but didn't you feel like more like fun listening to Peter Parker and him talk as Peter Parker and Spider-Man as opposed to the action sequences? Like, I enjoyed the story more in this than I did the action, and that's rare for a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
He was a really fun Spider-Man. He's ended up with the girl Liz, who he's infatuated with, like Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy, if you want to go with the movie or the comics. I am a comic nerd, so I'll kind of get into that. But Liz is not a book character. Liz was never a book character, at least not for Peter Parker. She might have been for the other ones. I didn't read the other ones, like Miles Morales and stuff. But I'll get into that. But she seemed like just... That's one thing. She don't get me wrong, they were kids, so... But she seemed like this one, like, hi, Peter. No. Yes. I know you like me.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is she even fucking here? Because she wasn't... And like I said, spoilers. The reason she was there was because her father was the Vulture, a.k.a. the villain, a.k.a. Michael Keaton.
Which I didn't see coming, which surprised me, because usually you can see that stuff coming from, like, miles.
Bravo,
you could just
Marvel.
see it, and I was just like, why? Because it, like, all the clues were there.
Yeah, and, like, well, both of us was like, both of us said it. We both were like, oh.
Like, of course. Of course.
We should have seen it, but we didn't, and that's where
which
you.
Was good. Good job.
Good job, Marvel, because that is rare. Because you and me both will say this, and people know us in general. We pick shit out like that. Like I called the first villain in what was it, Wonder Woman. I was like, that's the villain.
We were like, that's him.
Yeah, I mean, it was obvious, and a lot of people probably thought it was too, but it was just like it come out of nowhere, and we should have seen it. We didn't see it. That shows that we was focused on the movie, not the picking apart of it.
Yeah.
Let's see. They have this one friend who is a bookworm and not really a friend. She's kind of throws quips out here and there. And I enjoyed her character, but at the end she said herself as Michelle, but everybody calls me MJ. And that's one thing I could have gone without. They didn't need to have MJ in there. They didn't have, because I mean, obviously Peter and her are going to become a love interest. Maybe, I mean, maybe the movies will be different, but
I don't know. It
was just kind of like that felt forced. Cameos. There were some decent cameos. There was a character who they called Shocker, which if you've read the comics, you know who Shocker is. If you've seen the movies, that was who. Oh my God, what's his name? Jamie Foxx. That's who Jamie Foxx was playing with Shocker in the Spider-Man the second Amazing Spider-Man movie with Garfield.
Okay. Andrew
Garfield. And they oh my God, that character. Oh, they shit on that character from the comic to the movie. I've heard. But they tried. I mean, I understand what they tried, but they gave this guy a Shocker, and he looked the part. And I like how he's a white guy beard kind of. I mean, like they played it up from the comic, but then in this they kill that guy right off and become this other guy who's a black guy it's a different story. So you know it don't matter if color or not, but it's just kind of nice seeing like, hey, this is Shocker, and then like, nope, this is Shocker.
yeah.
And they didn't kill him, so he might return.
That's true. They just kind of left him.
He left him. I mean, he might have gone to jail. We don't know. We didn't see that.
They didn't.
He beats him up and then attaches him. Spider webs him to the side of a bus.
Yep.
So we got that. I'm trying to think if there are any other cameos.
Well, Stan Lee, of course.
Stan Lee's he's had some better cameos, but I really enjoyed this one. Spider-Man stops a criminal who's breaking into a car. Turns out he's breaking into his own car. He just lost his keys. And people from New York start yelling, hey, I've got to go to work. Hey, what are you doing? And Stan Lee pops out of one of the windows like, hey, kid, what do you think you're doing? And then over here is...
come down there.
Yeah, here comes another woman over here, and they just start having a whole conversation. Oh, hey, Karen. I was like, yeah, great to see you. So it's kind of like, Stan Lee's just kind of having fun with this now. I mean, he always has, but...
Oh, yeah.
But it was nice seeing like him play off somebody else as opposed to him just being a character. Let's see. You said the best friend. The best friend. I don't know who he is, but he played it so well. Yeah, he was
good though. He was really good.
He was great. He's probably about 24, 25 or something, but he played a great 15-year-old. He was his character. You will enjoy him and Tom Holland having fun than you probably will Spider-Man, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah.
I mean,
I enjoyed yeah, I liked their little their little conversations they had. Plus, he had the Lego Death Star. I was very jealous, actually.
Yeah, we saw the Lego Death Star. We saw it twice, actually. Saw it one time almost done, and he breaks it when he learns Tom Holland's Spider-Man. And the second time, they actually put it together.
Yeah.
This movie is really good with, like, he's Spider-Man. He's got the suit that Tony Stark made. And he learns all. You've seen it in the previews. He gets all these gadgets. And he breaks what mode do they call it? The training mode or whatever.
Yeah, training wheels.
Training wheels, and then he becomes regular. Has all the stuff, and and the suit has a voice, Karen.
He names it Karen. Yeah.
And him and Karen were hilarious.
Yeah,
Just Tom Holland working off with Karen. And the woman who ever played Dad did a great job. Her voice was really soothing, but yet funny. Let's see, Karen. Who else did he have? I'm trying to think of other aspects of the movie. The suit. He gets the suit, and it has everything that Tony Stark does. Which at first with me, I was like, but Spider-Man was strong and learned all that. Like he had, like, I can see a conversation. I can do voice recognition. I can do facial recognition. In the original, I will say, give it that, it was more Peter's intellect that helped him learn things and do things and stuff. In this, he's got it, but at the same time, the suit is really doing more than he is.
Yeah.
So that rubbed me a little bit the wrong way at first.
Although it fit the story.
That's what I was going to say. It rubbed me a little.
Because I realized that somewhere through, I was like, that's why they keep highlighting all the gadgets. Because in the end, he loses it. Tony
Stark, he is in the boat scene. If you've seen the preview where he's holding the boat. Tony Stark gives him a real talking to. He's like, "Hey," and takes the suit back. He said, "If the suit is all you are, then you ain't truly a hero," and that leads him to become a hero in his own right without the suit. Which, like I said, it played well. Once I saw that, I was like, "Okay, I can deal with all this Tony Stark, Iron Man isms," because it played up for that. But at first, I was like, Spider-Man's ability came from him, not his suit. But then they fixed that. So again, like, that caught me off guard. I was like, wow, good job, Marvel. End thing is basic hero takes on the villain. Like she said, the villain in this is relatable.
Yeah.
And because he, what was he doing? He was
like a salvage person after the Battle of New York. He was like cleaning up all of the alien wreckage that was going on, and then basically the government came in and was like, nah, we're doing it. And so he had some of the alien tech left over and was like, I can go into business for myself. And so he started a little weapons dealing thing where they were basically stealing the alien technology and stuff, and then.
But you can't blame him because he was talking about he was trying to. He bought trucks, he bought stuff. He was doing this for his family.
It was his livelihood, and they came and were like, "Nah, we're gonna do it from now on."
It doesn't matter. You could contract us. No, they didn't. They didn't want nothing to do with them, and so he's just trying to provide for his family. That's why he went into this business. It was never a revenge or attacking anyone or hurting anyone. He didn't want that, and. So it's like she said, he just went into business for himself to provide for his family, which anybody could relate to. Hell, I mean, if my daughter was going hungry, would I resort to a life of crime? Yes. I mean, I would do whatever it does to make her able to eat and able to be happy. So you can relate to that character, and he also he fights Spider-Man like you expect in the series, but he never really tries to kill him. He tries to disable him. I mean, he wants to hurt him to get him to leave him alone. But like he even has a point where he has a gun in the car with Peter Parker when he's just Peter Parker by himself, and he could have killed him then.
Yeah.
And he gives him a way out. He says, "Look, go in there with my daughter, have a good time, and we will throw this on the rug. Just forget about it." I was like, "You don't interfere with my business, I'll leave you alone." And again, at the end, he doesn't officially try to kill him. He just tries to, stop him. What was the after credit scene? There's two after credit scenes. One's at the very end, which I'll get into that with you in a minute because we'll both giggle at that. But the first after credit scene shows one of the other characters. I can't remember in the comic.
I don't know who that was.
I don't remember either. In the comic, I probably would if I looked back at the comic or actually paid attention to his character. I might have missed part of his character. I'm focusing on the fun stuff. But he comes back. He says, "I heard." He talks to the Vulture, Michael Keaton. He says, "Yeah, I just can't. I got Michael Keaton or Batman." But he talks to Michael Keaton. Says, and Michael Keaton knows who Spider-Man is. He goes, "I heard you know who Spider-Man is, and if you tell us, we'll kill his ass." And he doesn't tell him who he is. He's like, if I knew, he'd be dead, because he didn't want Peter dead. He was just trying to provide for his family. And that scene in this, and I would hope he comes back as like, in the comic, Vulture kind of did go good, bad, good, bad. So it'd be kind of cool to see, like, one movie he helps out, like maybe like a Hannibal Lecter thing, like I need your help, Vulture, blah, 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 blah. Well, Spider-Man, here's what you do. And maybe helps him out later. That'd be kind of cool to see. And, okay, and then the throughout the movie, there was little things that cracked me up, especially considering I didn't like the first movie of this guy. But they took Captain America and gave him, what would you call those? PSAs.
Like little PSA things that you like see in school. It's like, all right, we're gonna do gym stuff. You know, oh, you're in detention. Well, you got to do better. You know.
Yes. I'm Captain America, and I'm here to tell the kids that just not whitewashing, squeaky cleaning him complete. Like he is the epitome of I'm just here to do good.
Yeah.
And so it's like a video where he's in the gym, telling the kids do better. There's a video where he's
he's in detention.
Do better.
Like, so you're in detention. He's like, you got it. You know, it's just like, it's funny.
Just like little PSA. I mean, literally PSAs. And then at the end, the last credit scene has spoilers again. Last credit scene, he has him stay till the very end, of course, because at the end it has him popping up. He goes, it's like, patience is a virtue that apparently you have, and especially when it's a disappointing ending. And so that's all he is. Just he's standing there and he goes, how many more of these have I got to do? And that's the
like, well done, Marvel. Well done.
So Chris Evans cracked me up in these little, like, literally each one was like 30 seconds, if that long.
Yeah, it was just like a little thing. Yeah.
And it was fun. Even and like I didn't like the first